Listen, let's have another musical choice from you. We've got a cracking tune from Elvis Costello here.
Yeah. This was... Do you ever put your iPod on shuffle and something comes up and you go, oh, yeah! That's what happened to me the other day. And I thought, that is one of the greatest songs of all time. And isn't it amazing? And I thought, let's play it on the radio.
Great. David Tennant's musical choice, second tune that he's chosen for us today. Costello. Let me turn you up, David.
Yeah, there we are.
Hello. You're the big name.
Yeah.
Yeah, a cracking tune. Thank you very much.
Great.
Bit long though, isn't it?
It does go on a bit.
It does, really.
But you know, it's all about the music on Radio 6.
Well, no. It used to be, but now it's all about us and our crazy egos. We'll have more with David, and we'll also have a session from Gomez after the news. Great DJ from Ting Tings. That's the kind of music that the youth are listening to, David Tennant.
Yeah,
is that the sort of music that you're listening to?
I love that album. Yes, I have that in my collection.
Do you keep up with what's happening in youth music?
With the popular music hit parade, I try to. I try to, but you know, sometimes you'll just miss it. You'll miss a movement, won't you?
Have you missed, what did you mean, Crunk? Was that what it was called? Crunk? Was it Crunk or Crunk?
I certainly missed that.
Crunk,
yeah.
You missed Crunk?
Yeah, I missed Crunk.
That was a real movement, I don't...
Yeah, who was in Crunk? Who was a crunker?
I think it was a mixture between grime, heavy garage, intelligent two-step. What?
No, it was a kind of American hip-hop
Then what was
offshoot,
crumping?
Crumping?
Crumping was a
That's
style
something
of
you hear.
dance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like really vigorous, so crumping and crunk are two separate things.
Is it the same as twittering?
That's quite different, Stephen, and we both know that.
Do you do all that?
No.
Who's got time? Who cares? Honestly, do you know what I mean?
A cup of tea,
I know. People would care about what you were doing. This is what would be extraordinary. You'd have...
Well, there's plenty of people pretending to be me on Twitter, so you
Right,
can, you know,
just
you can
enjoy
tune
with
in
them.
and they can tell you they're having a cup of tea. It'll just be the same. It'll be a different cup of tea, but the information's the same.
It's not... Listen, you have a very unique way of drinking a cup of tea.
Well,
right? I'm watching you right
how do I
now.
transmit that through 140 characters? My unique way.
It's just the fact that they know you're having a cup of tea at that moment. And
I'm having a cup of tea right now. There you go. Twitter that.
Twitter that. I like it when there's people who've got people doing it for them. You know, isn't it? Some of the big stars like Britney Spears and people have people twittering on their behalf.
Tell them I'm having a cup of tea.
Exactly. Yeah, do you have any of that kind of? Do you have an entourage? Do you have all those sort of showbiz strategies?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, sure I do.
Come
you
on.
see them all outside with their faces
You
pressed up
must
against
do.
the glass, waiting for you to say the wrong thing.
Wouldn't you
And
like
slap
to do
a lawsuit
that?
on you?
Wouldn't it be good though to be that
love
successful
it.
that you could have all that you just could
I'd
insulate
love
yourself from the world like Prince
Yes.
or Tom Cruise? That would be great.
Be great.
Just
wouldn't
not having to deal with real people anymore, and going just properly mad through fame would be just great fun.
Yeah, to have underground tunnels leading from your house to everywhere you need
Exactly,
to be.
that you need to ever be.
That would be great.
And just making absurd decisions that no one's going to question. I'm going to wear a turban to the BAFTAs. It's not appropriate, Steve. I'm doing it. It would be so much fun.
And I'm arriving by camel.
Exactly. Yeah. They want me there or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh well, one day. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Yeah. You can do that. You're a Hollywood movie star these days. You can
Please,
ride by camel.
thank you for asking. You're looking forward to my forthcoming... No, listen.
Are you playing a pixie or something? Isn't that right?
Whoa, hang on. Okay, I've got standards.
Yeah.
Me as a pixie, absurd.
Where-
You're thinking of a fairy.
Ah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'll be playing a fairy in the forthcoming film, The Tooth Fairy. I'm not the Tooth Fairy of the title, I'm an assistant fairy.
Who's the Tooth Fairy of the title?
Who's Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Should I know who that is?
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Sorry.
Rock.
The Rock.
Oh, the WWF.
Well, he's an actor. No?
Sure he is. Yeah. No,
Whoa.
I said sure he is.
Ain't that Shakespeare, me? Ain't done a little bit of Shakespeare. I'm disrespecting The Rock. If he was in here now, mate, he would do you, because you ain't got your sonic screwdriver, have you?
If he was in here right now, I'd be telling him what a fine classical actor he is. Because he's probably quite big, isn't he?
He's a huge man. He's a giant of a man.
Is he good on his lines?
Great on his lines. He's got a great comment. Listen to this. It's interesting. This is typical of actors. Actors, they don't like it, do they, when other people do it? Oh, I'm a trained actor. Are you trained, really? You're trained. What does that mean, really? You went to a school.
Was he in the moment? The Rock.
He was in the moment.
Was he?
No, I mean, obviously he's not as experienced and professional actor as your good self, obviously. Okay, now.
Well, he's the one doing Hollywood films, so
Thank you.
fair play to The
Long last.
Rock.
No, I tell you what, he's got a really great. The reason we did it is because he's got a really great sort of, I think, quite old school kind of comic sense about him. He reminds me of sort of those sort of, you know, sort of 40s movie stars. He's just got a real kind of warmth to him, a real charm, a kind of lightness of touch. And no, he's good. I think you'd be very surprised when you attend the premiere.
I look forward to it.
You'll be eating your words.
When I arrive by camel to your premiere.
Exactly.
We can compare turbans.
Let's have another musical choice from DT.
Well, this is, I'm a big Proclaimers fan. I make no secret of that. And I just thought I would choose a Proclaimers track, but I thought this is quite unusual. They released it recently on digital download only. Does that make sense? Yeah. Those words made sense, right?
Yeah.
And it's a cover of a Kings of Leon track, 17.
David Tennant choosing the Proclaimers. Twitter that. Another musical choice from our guest David Tennant. And what was it again, Dave?
It's 17 from the Proclaimers.
Doing, and it's a Kings of Leon
It's a
tune.
Kings of Leon track.
And
I've not heard the original though, so I don't know what to compare it to. But Sammy has.
Oh yeah, that's a really bizarre cover, but it worked brilliantly bizarrely.
And where is that cover from? Where can people track that down?
It's digital download only.
Digital download only.
You probably have to go on
the DDOs.
You probably have to go on the World Wide Web.
Sure, the WWE for the DDO, sure.
Yeah.
We've had lots of people obviously getting in touch and saying how much they love you and happy birthday to you and so on. And here's Mandy in Torquay. She says, what TV does David like to watch in his spare time if he's got any spare time? What do you watch at home? We all know that we watch you on a bank holiday, we can't, you know.
Sure.
That means we haven't got to make conversation with our friends and loved ones for at least 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank God.
What have I been watching recently? Good question. I do like The Apprentice, although I haven't seen any of it this year.
That's a rubbish answer. That's
an
nothing.
answer, wasn't it?
Do you not? Is it
haven't
kind
seen
of
a
a
lot.
busman's holiday for you? You don't?
No,
Fancy?
I love it. I love it. I love a good box set. I love working through a good box set. And I've got The Wire ready to go.
Yes.
But the first couple of episodes are quite tough. Apparently, you have to
Very hard.
persevere.
You do. You do.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yeah.
No, I truly, I was the same, and I persevered. I was there at the beginning, obviously.
Sure.
And it's just one of the most extraordinary pieces of television ever. It's you have to approach it more like a novel. I think, you know, when you start a novel, it's I'm not sure I'm into this, and sort of by chapter 18, maybe you are.
Don't fear the subtitles as well. The subtitle option is quite. It's right like when I think I watched Sweet 16, Ken Loach's film. I kicked off with the subtitles just for 10 minutes, just so I knew what was going on.
Right.
And then I switched them off. But with The Wire, you got so many people talking like that. You know, you so understand. You see, I just don't understand.
Right.
What's going on? So subtitles on until you get the rhythm of the languages, and then okay, got it. Now I
Right. Okay.
There you are, a little tip for you.
That's all right.
So what is kind of pleasure for David T? What is sort of leisure time? Are you a mountain climber? Are you an abseiler?
No.
You're a squash man?
No. I did play squash 3 times. I was quite good. I don't have hobbies. I don't have pursuits. No, I should really. I should get some pursuits, shouldn't I?
So what do you just finish? You take off the costume, you just sit blankly staring at
Just
the wall.
shut down for about 12 hours and then start again.
Like a robot.
Yeah,
Like an
Works for
evil
me.
robot
Do you know, I
who?
started cooking.
Right.
Yeah, Jamie Oliver.
You should get back to that. It might be burning.
I've started. I've got a Jamie Oliver book that I'm slowly working my way through. It takes me hours. I have to, I have to do it exactly as he says.
Yeah.
I get everything set out, and what he says, you can rustle this up in half an hour. Will take me about 3 hours.
And you're chopping everything, putting them into little
Chopping,
bowls so they're ready to go.
Referring back, very, very particular, but it works.
And
And there's a great sense of satisfaction.
And what have you made recently? I mean, if I was to come round to your house.
I made a pork and cider casserole last weekend.
Sounds great.
Which was very nice. You can see the burns from where I put it into the oven without oven gloves.
I am available Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening. I think I got something Thursday. I could be there Friday.
I'm in Cardiff this week. I'm filming night shoots this week, but
Okay.
you're always welcome.
I've got a car. I mean, what's the problem? I can.
The on-set caterers will help you out.
Oh,
You wanna
free
come visit.
food.
Yeah.
I heard there were people. There's within the kind of extras community. There are certain extras who, even though not employed on a particular TV or film, are notified by other extras where the catering trucks are if they're filming out in the streets, and they will just come by and just join the queue at lunchtime for a free minute grab. It's a tremendous idea.
It is a tremendous. You wonder why it doesn't happen more actually, because they're usually quite sprawling places.
And lots of people,
Lots of people. You could easily just. This is not. I'm not recommending this.
No, exactly. But
Because it is illegal, and if you're caught, you will be prosecuted.
Exactly.
But But you know, you could sort of wander into a set and just get in that queue.
Are you the sort of person who doesn't allow extras to look you in the eye? That sort of.
I don't allow anyone to look me in the eye.
No,
I'm very
no.
particular about that. I don't think that's, you know, it's just I've got to get through the day. I've got a lot to do.
Exactly. One thing I do love about people who are big Who fans, and also I think fans of lots of different things, particularly science fiction, is I love the way people are genuinely consumed by the world. I think that's what there's something really adorable about the way that people are sort of infatuated by the world and by the nuances of it and by the rules of it, and sort of start, you know, that idea of sort of fan fiction and people. And I was watching someone talking about Star Wars and about that same. I mean, I was like that with Who and with Star Wars when I was a kid, and it's sort of quite rare. It's something you don't tend to find in. I don't know if people are obsessed about EastEnders and the world of EastEnders and
I
so
know
on.
what you mean. Yeah, if we do something on Doctor Who that does something to the continuity from 1964,
Right,
we're in
yes,
trouble.
you're in trouble,
And I like
yeah.
that. I agree.
No,
I
I like that.
I
That
like
sort
that
of- that
attention to
sense of
detail,
detail,
and that
yeah.
sense of the world being complete and being robust.
Yeah.
But I don't know why science fiction attracts that particular type
I don't know.
of
I don't
attention.
know.
Have you read any fan fiction?
I no. I had some read to me, which was quite disturbing because some of it's quite rude.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say it's probably erotic. Is
It's
it? Is it
some
the
of
Doctor
it's
being
horrific.
sort of lewd?
Yeah. I'm not going to go into it on air, but
Really?
it's worth looking up if
Really?
you're bored one night. Because
Where do you find it though?
Just put in
What are you putting in Google to get
I think
the
there's a
Doctor and
site called
Captain Jack to do this?
fanfiction.net. Yes, it's Captain Jack. That's what they love. Yeah. Fanfiction.net,
Fanfiction.net.
and you'll
Right.
find it for literally anything.
Harry, get investigating.
Yeah.
Get on there now.
Big wooden canine on.
What? Are you a sexual being? Is
Not
that ever
really.
being clarified?
Not really.
Because he gets kissed quite a lot. You seem to get
Yeah.
kissed an awful lot, I know.
Yeah, he's got a bit more sexual in recent years than he used to be, I
Yeah.
think. Although you have to be careful what you say. I said the other day on Breakfast Telly, I asked a similar question. I said, well, I've probably kissed more people than John Pertwee, which was then reported as me saying John Pertwee was an asexual human being or something.
Right.
That's really not what I'm saying, faithful listener.
Yes.
I'm talking about the character. I suppose but we usually have an excuse why he gets kissed. Usually it's being done to him or it's
Yes.
a genetic transfer.
Someone's got to put energy through him in some way.
Yeah. But clearly,
There's occasionally a little glint in the
there's
eye.
a glint and there's a twinkle.
glint in the
There's a
eye.
twinkle,
You know.
Yeah, he's certainly. Him and Rose, I think there was a bit
Please,
going on.
he's not a monk.
Exactly.
Please.
Exactly.
Let's dig up some of that fan fiction. I'd love to see if we can find something filthy and erotic before the end of the programme. Also, still to come, of course, Gomez in session. New slang by the Shins, of course. Steve Show 6 Music. David Tennant has been our guest today. David, we have a series of questions that we sort of ask all of our guests. The same question each time.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Inside the Actors Studio?
Well, I know of what you talk. Yes,
indeed.
yes.
Well, we've drawn up our own series of questions, and so,
Great.
you know, just answer instinctively. Don't try to think about it, so we can get inside your psyche.
Sure.
What would you ban?
I'd ban being able to text in to the news to give your opinion. That's what I'd ban.
Absolutely.
Because then you get a newsreader reading it out like
Yeah.
it's important that somebody from Cheam doesn't like Gordon Brown that week.
Yeah.
I think Gordon Brown should be sacked. And that's come in from a viewer in Leicester.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I'd ban that.
Or
Extreme prejudice.
Sometimes they expand it to a sort of poll. So, you know, it's suddenly it's, you know, 52% of our listeners say that,
And you don't mind when Channel 5 do it because you think, well, you know.
What else have they got?
Yeah. But the BBC News 24 do it as well.
Yeah.
Send in your opinion.
No, that's-
Text us in what you think. Don't text us in what you think. Read the news. Just tell us what happened.
What advice would you give your teenage self?
Go for it a bit more.
Go for it a bit more.
Yeah. Come on.
Wow.
Come on. Don't be so scared. That's what I'd say.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how, do you know what? I don't know how higher up the tree of life you could climb.
No, but I'm talking about, you know.
Oh, with the ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, bless them. If you could jump into any film and live the life depicted in that film, which one would you choose?
Wow. Good question. And really difficult to answer.
It is hard.
I mean, virtually impossible.
The most common answer, I think, is Dirty Dancing. I think we've had that at least twice, haven't we?
Yeah. No, it would have to be Casino Royale or The Spy